All right, my name is Jado. Thank you, Jado, if you learned something. And this is the Unspoken Studio Laws. Today, we're going to talk about something that most people wouldn't really think of as a negative, and it's not always a negative. It becomes a negative if you use it in the wrong setting. Let me let you know what it is. You ready?
Yeah. This the Unspoken. Yeah. Damn. Studio Laws. Get it? Get it? Studio Laws, y'all. Get it? Studio Laws.
1 2 1 2. All right. Today on the Unspoken Studio Laws, we're going to talk about the problem with doing everything. The problem with doing everything is, at least for me, I started doing everything out of necessity. And most people started doing everything out of necessity. You were a producer and you needed a writer, so you couldn't afford to get a writer, or you didn't know any yet, so you started writing. You were a producer and a writer and you needed a demo singer and you didn't know any singers yet, so you couldn't figure out how to get a singer, so you started trying to put some tune on it and put some other settings, and you melodized yourself into being a singer. And then you basically you started doing all these things out of necessity, and now you've worked yourself into a big room. Now you've worked yourself into a big studio session, and you think, they're like, oh, what's your name? Oh, okay. What do you do? And you're like, oh yeah, I do everything. Get that shit. No, you don't. What is your thing? What is the thing that you focus all of your time on, that you've allowed yourself to believe you're part of that community? That's what you want to do. What is the thing that initially was like, yo, I'm going to be a, I am a. Everything is not the answer. Everything is. You ever heard the idea or the term or the phrase rather, jack of all trades, master of none? Yeah, it kind of works like that, because everybody in this room, when you get into a major studio, everybody in this room has spent an incredible amount of hours working on their craft. If you do everything, there's no way you've spent an incredible amount of it's no way that we have both spent that amount of time focusing on and becoming this thing. Yeah, you can't. I can make beats, but I don't walk into a studio and say, yeah, I'm a producer. I can't sing my own records, but I would never walk into it and be like, oh yeah, I'm a singer. Yeah, I've done a bunch of different things because I've engineered my own song because I had to, but not because I'm an engineer. You understand what I'm saying? So the difference is, when you walk into these major studios, you got to do something that they're doing for you, which is create space. You got to make some space to allow everybody to fit into this Jenga puzzle. No, Tetris puzzle. Jenga, whatever. To allow everybody to fit into this and get the best record out of it ever, the best record out of it possible. That's what you're here to do. We're here to create the best record possible, not for you to become everything and try to get it. And it gets different as you grow in this business, because sometimes people attempt to cover everything because they want to keep all the money. But a lot of people will use this idea of we're keeping it all in-house, and within their own right, do their thing. But sometimes keeping it in-house is also a way for them to be able to pay themselves 2, 3, 4 times. Listen, I ain't gonna front. If I'm in-house, let's just say I'm White Carpet Records, and I got an engineer, and I got a guitar player, and I got a singer, and then all of them work for White in-house records, so I'm going to. Anyway, listen, it gets crazy. I ain't gonna, listen, man, I'm not gonna break down all the game in one thing. I'm just gonna tell you right now, doing everything works against you. It works for you until you get into a major room, and then it works against you. Just saying, it's time for you to understand. I need to focus on the thing that I do, and then do that to the best of my capabilities, because doing everything is going to work against you. Just saying. My name is Jado. Thank you, Jado. If you learned something today, this is the Unspoken Studio Laws, episode 8. And then